Hi, my name is Dr. Annette Bosworth, and I am doing this for the first time. Actually, it's about take number 20 because I've got all these buttons to figure out, but I'm getting there. And I've said this is the last time. We're going to just power through and mistakes and all, keep going. This is my first in what I hope to be many series of showing you a story about a patient that I empowered. And through that story, I hope to empower many more of you. I'm an internal medicine physician, and I am one of the luckiest girls to be practicing medicine for the last 2 decades. And I practice internal medicine, which means complicated chronic problems. That's what we specialize in. And through that practice of medicine, I've learned that medicine in America is amazing, and there are so many tools. But there's also a change that's happening in medicine where when a patient is empowered to take care of themselves with information and with the knowledge of what science really has to say, we can change lives amazingly. The story that my major courage to do this centers on my mom, a 71-year-old woman with cancer for 10 years, and she had a gnarly kind of cancer. Here is a picture of her. This is on chemo day. She'd had cancer in this picture for nearly 10 years. She'd put on over 50 pounds. She'd had multiple infections because her cancer was a problem with her immune system, and the biggest symptom she had from her cancer was she kept getting infections. And we would watch the cancer grow really fast, and then we would hit her with chemotherapy. And unfortunately, the chemo would do some great things. Actually, fortunately, the chemo would take care of the cancer and do some really awesome things to the cancer, but do some pretty horrible things to a 71-year-old woman. And 2 years ago, in about 2 months, she was given the pink slip, which is the slip we call the need for her 3rd round of major chemo. And she looked at me and said, "I'm not going to do it." And the reason she said she wasn't going to do it is she was sure that the chemo would do what it had done before, which is knock down her cancer. But the soul inside her was so broken from what chemo and cancer had done for 10 years and 71 years old that she said, "I give up, I'm not going to do it." And then I got this really amazing moment, which I've had a few times in my career, many times actually, where a patient will ask me, "What would you do?" And there's some times where I am not having a good day, and I'll tell them what the textbooks say. I'll give them the perfect sterile answer that doesn't show my vulnerability. But if I'm having a good day, and if I'm connecting with the patient, I will step into their shoes and I'll answer them honestly. And of course, when my mother says, "What would you do?" I said, "I'll show you what I would do." And I had been studying the ketogenic diet for a few months prior to her pink slip. And we started to walk through a journey that said, "All right, give me 6 weeks and I'll show you what I would do." Throughout this empowerment, I can't believe how much better she got. I can't believe how many improvements that she had. And through this, I was writing down little lessons for her on what it meant to be ketogenic and why that was so important. And then I wrote a book about it. So you'll hear a little bit about Grandma Rose, which is my mom's name that my kids call her. So you'll hear a story about Grandma Rose, and then you'll hear a little lesson, and then a story about Grandma Rose, and then a little lesson. The book is Any Way You Can. It's only sold on Amazon, and I encourage you to buy the book and watch these video series. But most importantly, I hope that you find empowerment in the stuff I have to teach. And until next time.
To start your Ketone life today, find our Beginner's Guide to Ketones for Life, Pocket Guide, and Fridge Chart at ketonelife.com.